Number 2, Power Rangers Operation Overdrive.
I had this lower on my list before I did the research, but I moved it up the highest as 2 because number 1 basically couldn't beat it. I hated Operation Overdrive, not because of the concept of they have to find the jewels to the mystical crown. I can't remember its pronunciation of the name.
All I know is the crown, it sucked ass.
It had power to do anything, and yet it just turned our Red Ranger into a human. Though he did sacrifice his life, so it was more of a...
Look at me, I'm a real boy now.
A lot of our Rangers really were templates. They were just their one skill. And for a fan, I'm a guy who loved the Blue Ranger. Every time I see a Blue Ranger, I like them. Even Coda, who was a caveman in Dino Charge, even though it was like kind of weird with Coda and all that. But the Blue Ranger in Operation Overdrive, I wanted to punch in the face with the biggest weapon ever. No, I wanted to get into a Megazord. Because how annoying he was.
Hey, we're not allowed to use Megazords on people.
Bleep him, he could get stomped on like no tomorrow. The Rangers weren't likable. None of them were. And the one who had the most character development was our Red Ranger, who, dealt with a little bit more of an identity crisis, which would understand from a person who thought he was human. Let's begin about our villains! Our fire and ice villain, I didn't like them that much. They were brothers who hated each other because of a sled. And what about the cats? They just wanted to watch the world burn. That's it. They wanted to summon their huge army. They needed power to summon the army through this mirror. And that's it. They just want to watch the world burn. The Joker is more complex than these cats. And they spent most of the time, more time I kept seeing those cats, I'm thinking, okay, our Mercury Ranger has a vendetta with them, which would make sense. I really didn't feel the vendetta that much. It was just more like they kept adding piles onto the Mercury Ranger. And let's not forget about the ninjas. They just wanted jewels. To the point where they left our feet trapped in a jewel, which no one cares about and we'll never know about because the series actually sucked and we'll never get a repeat about what's going on with the Operation Overdrive. The series
wasn't that an alternate dimension as well?
No, it's canon with the lineup. Only one series doesn't count in the mythology of the Rangers.
Okay.
Their swords
are laughable.
They're mechanical they're more of machines, which would make sense due to the fact that they were basically funded through their mentor. And the one line that our Pink Ranger said would have been more useful.
You're rich. Buy an army.
Yes, he could have gotten an army. Yeah, I know DNA civilian mode would be a little bit annoying, screwing with DNA, and some people will go evil with the power. He gave a thief powers, so I'm pretty sure you already jumped that.
What, there's a thief?
The Black Ranger was a thief.
Oh.
Anyway, our Rangers weren't complex. Our villains were stupid. And the one time they worked together, in that episode with all of Rangers from the past, it just showed us that the Rangers from the past did a better job than the Rangers in Operation Overdrive.
Which, if you really think about it, it's kind of sad. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love seeing Power Ranger fan service.
But still, it's kind of sad when the fan service does a better job than the original, with the group that they're supposed to represent.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand them struggling against something that's pure evil.
Even the villain from that series was a little bit of a
But then again, they were going up against Lord Zed and Rita's evil love child.
Love child? It looked like it got hit with an ugly forest. No wonder why they didn't want to have another kid.
They really didn't even want to have the first one.
This one, no matter how much I tried, I tried to find if there was a series worse than this one, but I couldn't find it.
Number 1, Power Rangers Megaforce and Super Megaforce.
Originally, before we did the research, Megaforce was actually Dollman's favorite, but nostalgia was what the rose-colored glasses what he was wearing. I smacked him off of it. We both researched it, and we hated it.
Yeah, I pretty much went off of nostalgia for that one.
Mostly because of the fact that it was Super Megaforce is why he was keeping it on his list. Anyway, with Megaforce, it was basically feeling like a more of a, you remember the first one? You remember the first Power Rangers? Here they are. These are basically our same Rangers. We even got our Zordon and Alpha. Gosei was useless. I didn't care about the freaking robot.
Tetsu was just as bad considering he had a whole episode to himself.
Yes. And our Rangers were basically just knockoffs of the original group.
Except not as awesome.
The real challenge was, who is the robot? The Robo Knight or a Red Ranger?
I think it was our Red Ranger.
I'm just saying, we're during those whole when the Robo Knight and Troy were basically acting with each other, it was more like, so, which one's the robot? Okay.
Sadly, my money was on Troy.
Also, the fact that Gosei just kept handing them power-ups. Here's your power-ups, here's your power-up. You get a power-up, you get a power-up, you get a power-up.
I'm gonna make a rain with the power-ups.
And it didn't even explain why do they even deserve it. Some of them were just stupid reasons for why they got the power-ups. Yeah, I know they had to burn through Sentai footage, but really, power up, power up, power up, power up. And let's not forget about our villains. I don't remember any of them, except one. That crap, I can't remember his name.
What color was he?
Blue and white.
There were 2 blue and white ones.
Never mind.
Like I said, it's so bad you can't
Let's
even.
see, Vrak
That's
and...
Vrak. He was like, okay, it felt like it was a good idea of a concept for him as a villain, but then it went all.
Considering he was a villain from Megaforce and then he comes back in Super Megaforce.
And his idea. I have activated a machine where you can't use your Megaforce power, your Super Megaforce powers.
And I've stolen your 6th Ranger. And corrupted your previous 6th Ranger.
Which, that was more of like, okay, after I seen this the first time, I already did some research on Sentai variation. Yeah, it would have made sense why they can't use the Super Megaforce. They just needed to get rid of him. And yeah, it was honorable that the Robo Knight died to save our Silver Ranger. I don't remember what he was. And the Zord was so bloody confusing of everything. Let's not talk about Megaforce's Super Megazord. I think he's trying to put together what it looked like. Even though footage is being shown right on you. And now, let's get on to the part I really hated. Megaforce was bad, but Super Megaforce felt more like that. And yes, I slapped myself to explain the comparison. Super Megaforce, yeah, Gosei gave them the power to turn into Legendary Rangers, what he called it.
Legendary mode.
Whatever. And not once anyone ever said this one question. Why are we pirates? Why is this form pirates? Why do we have cutlasses and flintlock pistols? Why is our Megazord a ship? You do know, Gosei, that our Megazord is not destroyed. We can still use our Megaforce Megazord. It's not gone.
But in all reality, their Megaforce sword was much weaker than the Super Mega.
And they spent more of the time. It felt like Super Megaforce was supposed to be a little bit of a homage to the previous Ranger series, but even their homages, it didn't even do a good job. I think I found like one episode that was a good homage, and that was for Jungle Fury. What else? Also, my other complaint. The one thing they could have fixed, which didn't help. The Sentai crap.
I quit.
Yes, it's that bad that he quit. Wow, he actually walked off stage. Okay. In Power Rangers Super Mega Force, which is based off of a series there was a reason for seeing other Sentais. Problem was, in Super Mega Force, they showed Sentai, which didn't make any sense. None of us ever seen those Sentais in the Power Ranger universe. We even had a Sentai group that was actually from the series where we had our White Ranger. I'm sorry if I don't know its name right this second, but we had those, and yet I'm pretty sure a lot of the fans were like, who never seen Sentai would be like, who are those? It was kind of weird and all confusing. Our villain was more of a whiny baby, worse than Divatox. And let's not forget about our Silver Ranger. He was annoying in a way. He was supposed to be some troubled soul attitude thing, basically a mimicry of the Mercury Ranger. It felt like they just typed up the Mercury Ranger script and then just changed up some of the things to make it look like he's different. And he has all the powers of the 6 Rangers. And let's not forget about the final episode. The only reason why Dollman had it on his number 1, where all the Rangers of the past appeared, which he found was marvelous, until some of the things were flaring wrong. Some of those Rangers took other Ranger roles, so who was playing that Ranger? He literally just said crap. As you can see why he left the set. He couldn't handle the crap of logic. It would have been cool about all that, but it didn't help. And also the fact that all of our Rangers appeared just to fight an army of minions. Some way of showing that, yes, you guys remember the previous Rangers? This is the reason why I hated Megaforce. Besides the fact that it felt like it was trying to be some grand scale thing, but it didn't even... It shot both of his kneecaps before it even started running. Our characters were bland, and nothing more than copy-paste. Our villains were basically forgettable. You don't even remember the whole theme. They were supposed to be bug and machine based because of the fact of the term, what will last after humanity will be gone, if everything went bad happened. Bugs and machines. That would have made sense. And, yeah. I don't like Megaforce or Super Megaforce. And after looking through the series again, I gotta apologize to Dino Charge. At least our characters had some attitude. Even if it was something. Just a little bit of a one-note thing. At least it was something. So yeah, that is our top 5, well, my top 5 worst Ranger series. Till then, this is Rasa, and Dollman's will be saying, see ya too. We're signing out.
Fuck you.